Hey, what's up everybody? You're watching Car Talk with Zach, and I'm Zach, and that is a 2023 Ioniq 6. Look at this car. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I have to say, I've spent about a day so far with this Ioniq 6, and I am just incredibly impressed with it. This Ioniq brand is Hyundai's electric car model lineup, and they have the Ioniq 5, which is kind of a hatchback, really kind of pixelated, kind of crazy looking hatchback car, and I'll get to the pixels here in a minute on this car. This is the Ioniq 6, which is going to compete really with like a Tesla Model 3. I'd love to see this sitting side by side with the Model 3, because to me this looks longer, but it does technically compete with the Model 3. This one is the rear-wheel drive SEL long-range model. It's really well appointed. Does not have the dual motors, but honestly I was surprised when I started driving it that it didn't have the dual motors. It's really quite refined and plenty powerful, very, very quiet. This is a highly efficient car. I'll talk more about the efficiency when I'm behind the wheel and out of the wind here. It's kind of a windy day here in Lawrence, Kansas, but you know, so pixels, this car, if I could give it one theme, it's just its use of pixels. So coming around the front of the car, you can see there's these squares here. That's the radar built into the front of the car. There's sensors there as well, and these two front air dampers are active, so they will open and close as you're driving to provide the most efficiency possible. Coming back around again in the headlight bezel, these are your daytime running lights and your turn signals. Each one of these is just a little pixel, and then those pixels are also emulated just in the design of the lights overall. You got full LED lighting all the way around the vehicle. Beautiful 20-inch wheels. I think it's really quite stunning wheel package, and looks really good on this gorgeous white vehicle. I mean, again, more pixels coming up around the side of the turn signal. You've got kind of a two-tone color as you come around the bottom that kind of sweeps up and carries on through the back bumper. Flush door handles, those will pop out as you get close to it, but look at the pearl. Look at the pearl on this vehicle. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you've got kind of a twin spoiler setup here. These are both fixed spoilers, and this is actually the third brake light. It runs all the way across this top spoiler here. Again, you can see more pixel design here in that raised wing, and then the full LED, full length brake light, and you know, at nighttime this whole double strip is lit up. It's absolutely beautiful. Actually, I'm sorry, when you press the brakes, the whole double lights, double line lights up, but then just at nighttime the bottom runs all the way across. Really is a stunning look. Again, pixels, pixels, pixels. Those are just reflectors and your backup light there, but really quite an aggressive back air dam. You know, it's really quite a looker. Everything about this car, you just can't stop looking at it. It really does have, you know, I don't know, it looks to me like an old Mercedes CLS. I see a little Porsche 911 in it, which is weird because it's a four-door sedan. Maybe a little the old Infiniti JX class. Just that swoopy design, you know, just that really swoopy design, very aerodynamic. I think it looks great. I really do applaud Hyundai for giving each one of its cars and its Ioniq line especially its own unique look. It just really does look awesome. So let's get out of the wind and show you the inside of this thing. You know, as I approach the vehicle, just press the button, it'll unlock. Now we're climbing in to the Ioniq 6. Now, one thing I will say straight up is this cabin is very comfortable, very, very quiet, very luxurious. You've got here window controls, lock and unlock, auto hold, some nice cup holders, wireless phone charger here. Again, when you lay your phone down on this, these pixels will light up to let you know you're charging your phone. Super aggressive ambient lighting, and you can change the colors and themes in the ambient lighting, and it is stunning at night. Absolutely beautiful at night. This thing just glows. The door panels, this is kind of a soft, it's not terribly soft, it's not terribly hard either. Contoured plastic here. Again, more soft touch here. Speaker bezel. I mean, it really is, just from a design standpoint, I really love this full length. You know, the vent's not full length, but it really has this really clean full length visual effect. It's really quite nice. So go ahead and start it up.
Sure, but I just filled up the car with gas.
So you do have two 12.3-inch digital electric screens here. They're both highly active. This one is obviously going to be your main screen. It's going to show you your range, your kilowatts per hour, or mileage per kilowatts per hour. Graph there on the bottom. You can see seat belts, speed, lane keep assist, you know, speed limit, gear. It's all quite there. It's all right there. Really quite easy to monitor. I really like the two scales. You've got you'll see here when I'm driving, but the speedometer, this bar here on the left will kind of glow with your speed, and then on the right side you've got the power charge graph, so it's going to show you when you're charging and when you're using power. It does have one pedal driving, which is really quite simple to use, and it's been kind of fun to drive that way. On this side, kind of full functionality. You've got you know, navigation obviously, and your media. Turn that back down. If you go to your home here, I mean, you've got all kinds of things to get in here and play with. There's really quite a lot of useful information here. Of course, Bluetooth. It does have CarPlay, but you have to plug into the CarPlay. It's not wireless CarPlay, which I think is kind of interesting. Heated seats, quiet mode. You know, I will say this car is super quiet, and you'll see that here in just a second. You've got, again, more climate controls here, camera. This car does have sensors all the way around, but you don't have the 360-degree monitor that you would find in the limited version. The limited version will give you a 360 monitor there. Otherwise, everything is super soft touch. These seats, I mean, look at the design here. I mean, blue that fades over to orange. It really is just such a unique car, and I kind of dig it, to be honest with you. I'm really surprised. I thought I would like this car. The more I spend time with it, the more I notice the little design features, the more I appreciate how quiet it is and comfortable, and yeah, it really is quite a stunning car. So with that, let's take it for a spin. Okay, so here we are, getting ready to go underway in the Ioniq 6 sedan, and I just want to go over a couple things before we get going. I mean, this car, really, from a range standpoint, if you get the dual motor, this car competes really quite nicely with a Tesla Model 3. Even if you don't, I mean, I've been driving this car now for a day. I got it had about 98% of range capacity, or a battery charge, and a range capacity of about 320 miles. I've driven it more than 17 miles, and I'm sitting at 303 miles right now. So it really is, you know, really as efficient as I would think a Tesla Model 3 is. It actually matches Lucid Air as the most efficient electric car on sale in the United States, which is crazy. And you know, it's just that curvaceous design of the body. It just gives it a super low 0.22 coefficient drag, which is as good as the Mercedes-Benz EQE sedan, which is double the price of this car. So, you know, again, kudos to Hyundai for really designing a world-class vehicle. So gear shift is kind of interesting. You noticed just a minute ago probably there's nowhere to change gears. There's a stalk here just below the windshield wiper stalk, and you push the button in for park, you lift up or twist up for drive, down for neutral, down further for reverse, and it's as simple as that. Now, you noticed how windy it was when I was standing outside of the car, but inside you're completely insulated from the rest of the world. It's really quite remarkable. This car does, at low speeds, have an electrical sound, as a lot of EVs do. I don't know if you can hear that kind of electrical whine, and that's just so you don't scare anybody. I mean, these cars are really they're silent. They don't make any noise, especially at low speeds, and so it's nice when you're coming up behind a bicyclist or a pedestrian to know that, for them to know that you're there. And so at low speeds you've got that nice whine, but once you get to like 25, 30 miles an hour, it looks like, yeah, about 25 miles an hour, that goes away. Yeah, so everything very, very comfortable, very, very quiet. It's really quite a nice place to spend time. Power wise, I mean, the power's there. I wouldn't call it really fast, but it's plenty quick. It's plenty quick. There are 4 LED lights on the center of the steering wheel here, and I think they're really fascinating. They just kind of glow blue. So I looked those up, like, what is that telling me? And it's Morse code for the letter H. So yeah, kind of an interesting thing. There are different drive modes, and if we go into sport mode, those 4 lights flash red and then they go back to blue. If you go into eco mode, the 4 lights flash green and they go back to blue. Normal mode, they flash white, they go back to blue. But I'll go into sport mode here. When we go into sport mode, you can see that center stack, the center infotainment, digital speedometer, I'm sorry, turns to, you know, a really different look. There's, again, more pixels. That's going to be the theme of the game here, but more pixels that will show you your use of power and your speedometer, and we'll jump on it here and see what we can do when the light turns green. But Hyundai claims about a mid 7-second 0 to 60 with this single motor. I'm going to tell you it's faster than that. I was watching a couple YouTube videos of the dual motor car yesterday. Hyundai says like a 5.10 to 60 with the dual motor, and they were getting mid 4s. So I think Hyundai is being conservative with their performance on these cars, and we'll see here in just a minute what we think about the launch power. But yeah, really quite nice place to be, and quite a nice car, and a really good price point. And this car, as spec'd, is under $50,000. And we're off. So that was, can't quite hit 60 right here without breaking the law, but that was about 47 miles an hour. We'll do another quick launch here in just a minute. But yeah, I mean, again, it's not the fastest car I've ever driven, not even close, but it's powerful. It's quick. I mean, it's plenty quick for for a four-door family sedan that, you know, is one of the most efficient cars ever produced. So, you know, I don't know that you're buying this car for, you know, quick, crazy Tesla ludicrous mode launches. You're buying this car because it's a good price point, it's comfortable, and it's efficient, right? So I'll get back down into normal mode. It is interesting. So the range, when I'm in sport mode, the range is 291 miles. I go into eco mode, it's 309 miles. And I go into normal mode, it's 300 miles. So, and I can actually, as much as any car maybe I've ever driven, I can actually feel the difference with the push of this button. I really, really can. In sport mode, it becomes more free. I mean, I'm not even changing my foot on the gas, but it wants to pull you more. In eco mode, I can feel it wanting to drag more, right? And in normal mode, it's kind of that moderate spot. So, the only time I've really had to use the brake is that final come to a stop. The one pedal driving is really quite comfortable, and aggressive enough. I mean, if you let off of the gas, it's going to slow you down. It is an attention getter. I mean, when it was in my driveway yesterday, I had people stopping and asking what it was. You know, the only clue that this is a Hyundai is the H on the front and the H on the back. Just their the Hyundai logo, but everywhere else this is an Ioniq 6. And again, you know, at 45, 46 miles an hour, listen how quiet we are. I mean, it's just silent. Riding around yesterday afternoon with my son on the navigation system. You actually get logos for all the restaurants and gas stations, and you know, like we saw a Subway and a Taco Bell and a Wendy's, and you get the little logos on the map, which is pretty cool. You're also getting speed limit signs in two places. This car, it's like, you know, don't speed, letting me know I'm in a school zone. It's a very, very smart vehicle. I mean, really, just the way it's reading the map and the GPS data around you, and configuring that to your screen here is really phenomenal. I don't know if you can see here, but there's a police station. It used to be a police station there, but maybe they still have a spot there. But then there's a Subway. It's pretty cool. Nice little attention to detail from Hyundai on their Ioniq electric sedans. There's a ton of storage. I mean, you can reach your arm through this center console here, and there's a lot of storage down there for whatever you might want. A couple cup holders. Not a lot of places to put extra drinks, I will say. That's for you, Erin. She always wants to know how many cup holders. We're gonna go with maybe 6 total. There's a couple in the door, but they would be more for like a water bottle, not a cup. In fact, there's a little logo here that says water bottle, and then it has a cup with a mark through it. So don't put your cup down there. You know, I mentioned before, but the ambient light in this car is stunning, and I'll definitely get a picture of that for you to see. But just absolutely stunning at night. I mean, this car all the way around at night is beautiful, with the LED lights on the outside that go the full length of the rear of the car. The front of the car, you know, is well lit, but inside, just the ambient light. It's actually above and below this main door panel, and then the strip that runs along the console here. I saw it last night. I was like, oh goodness, look at this thing. And you can change different colors, and it's beautiful. So I really just wanted to kind of turn the camera around and talk just a little bit more about this car, but also talk about my channel and how important it is for me to be able to engage with you this way. So again, love the Ioniq 6. I will say, you know, I posted a video of the Genesis GV80 a couple weeks ago, and I had somebody comment, like, you know, because I've been pretty transparent that I really am impressed with the Genesis brand of Hyundai, which is their luxury brand. This is the first Ioniq I've been in, and I love it. So full throttle, 70, 80, 84, getting onto the ramp. There's some wind noise here, but otherwise you can hear how quiet it is. But anyway, you know, they want to know, like, what's your affiliation with Genesis? You know, like they were kind of throwing shade that, you know, I like the cars. And I had to tell them, like, look, I'm not paid by Genesis. I'm not even paid by the car dealership to tell you one thing or another. I love cars, and I have access to some through my job, and prior to that, through my affiliation with car dealerships that I've built relationships with, one of which being Laird, Noller, Hyundai, Genesis, where I got this car. Those guys don't tell me what to say. I just give you an honest perspective. I have nothing to lose by telling you that I do or don't like a car. Like, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. But I actually really like this car, and if you want to throw shade at me, that's okay. Go check it out for yourself. I really want to spend a little time now with dual motor, because this car, I'm honestly surprised the way it feels that it's not a dual motor. It just feels so good, and I would have always thought, like, to get this kind of propulsion and this kind of refinement, you'd have to pony up for that higher end. But man, at under $50,000, this is a tremendous car. It's such a good value, such a good value. There's so much technology, so much efficiency, so much design that you're just not going to get anywhere else. I mean, ride around and count how many Tesla Model 3s you've seen. And granted, they've been on the market far longer than this car has, and they, you know, Tesla really does own the range market. But man, there are companies nipping at Tesla's heels, and this is one of them. This is one of them. But besides the fact, you know, you see a Tesla Model 3 or a Model Y or a Model X or a Model S every time you drive anywhere. If you're looking around, they're everywhere, and this is a car that is going to get you noticed if that's what you're into. It's just not another Tesla, and it's just priced so well. You know, I can't speak highly enough about where they price this car. You know, I mean, it's a good value. It really is. So yeah, I will be bringing more content to the channel as time allows. I haven't been able to do as much as possible, just with kids' sports and family obligations and work obligations. But now that the days are a little longer, and maybe I can get out in the evening and get more cars brought to the channel. While you're watching, go ahead and click that subscribe button on YouTube so you know when I post videos. I'm going to do a lot more YouTube content and a lot less, you know, just full review content, just because I think this is working. I've had YouTube videos going, several go over 10,000 views, and that's what I like. I mean, I like to bring my passion to the people, and so it's been fun. But anyway, thank you for being a part of it. Thanks for tuning in and watching this video of the 2023 Ioniq 6 sedan. And until next time, thanks for watching.